right, everybody. Nick here, and I'm here to give you my top boarding day tips for a Royal Caribbean cruise. This is based on my hundreds of cruises that I've been on Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. And I'm currently on Mariner of the Seas, but these boarding tips will apply to all of the Royal Caribbean cruise ships. And I will try to make some exceptions for if you're in a suite. There's a little bit different things here, but anyway, for your typical boarding day experience, here's the top things to do. Number one, when you check in on the app, you will get an assigned check-in time and try to get in as early as possible. However, they will tell you stick to your boarding time, but when you show up to the port, they will just check you in and get you on board. And typically about 11 o'clock, they start boarding. So to make the most of your first day of the cruise, get here, I would say about 10:30-ish. You can't get here before 10 because they won't let you in. People are still debarking from the previous cruise. But get here about 10:30, get your luggage checked by the porters. Don't forget to tip them. And get into the terminal, and they will check you in immediately, and they will start boarding at 11 o'clock. Now, often they do have, when they do have a lot of people come in at about 11 to 12, and maybe they haven't boarded yet, starting at 11. So if you get here a little bit before that, they may seat you in areas of the terminal, groups that says your boarding time is noon here, and your boarding time here is 1 or whatever. But that's just to let you in order of the ship. They will bring you on the ship. They're not going to wait till 12 o'clock if you're sitting there and you have if they start boarding at 11 o'clock. So get there early. And first thing you do, my recommendation, go to the muster. Do your muster check-in. It's 2 seconds. You go scan your phone, ding, and you're good to go. So find your muster station, get that out of the way quickly. It's amazing how many people don't do this until 2:30 in the afternoon, and the captain's announcing we still have 330 people that haven't checked in. Don't ruin it for everyone, or we have to go back to the old way of standing there. Oh, that was horrible. This is like one of the best things that COVID produced for cruise lines or for Royal Caribbean is the automatic check-in. So that's pretty good. So do your check-in, go to the dining host. First, the other thing is check your card. Check the dining time that's on your card. Make sure it's what you signed up for, because every once in a while you get a time that's not what you signed up for. My last cruise, we did my time dining. I always do my time dining because I never know what I'm gonna do. And we didn't have dinner in the dining room on the first day, and the second day we went to go to the my time, and they said, oh, you have 5:30 dining. And I'm like, what? I never have 5:30 dining. I looked at my card, it said I have 5:30 dining. So mistakes happen, so check your card, make sure your dining time is correct. Now, if you have traditional dining, which is one of the seatings, we have the same table every night and everything, it'll have the table number on your card. Go ahead and check. Go to the dining room and find your table. It's a good time to find your table. So number one, when it's time, you don't have to wait and have someone show you where the table is. You know where the table is. Number two, if you don't like the table, don't be a complainer, but if it's really bad, you may be able to ask for a different table, but try not to do that. It really messes them up. But anyway, check your table. And if you have my time dining, I would recommend going to the dining host. They have it right before you get on inside the ship, like right out on deck 4 on Mariner, but there's a dining host that says my time dining. And just go ahead and, if you know the times you're gonna dine, just go ahead and set up a standing time. And we have, me personally, I like about 7:30, not too early, not too late. So pick a time and tell them what nights, if you're gonna be there every night, just say every night 7:30. That doesn't mean every night you have to be there at 7:30. You can show up at 6:30, well, 6:45 when they open, or 8 o'clock or whatever. You just show up, and now there's going to be 2 lines, one with, one without reservations, but it's another story. Just go to the line that has the least people. So that's your dining. Once you get your dining set up, go explore the ship. This is what I recommend. This is a good time to explore the ship. Oh, sorry, back up. I'm not gonna edit this out, but anyway, you do wanna explore the ship, but go, if you get on board at 11 o'clock, go eat lunch in the Windjammer before it gets crowded. So that's a very important tip. Get to the Windjammer before it gets crowded. Then go explore the ship. If you get to the Windjammer about 12:30 to 2:30 on boarding day, it's gonna be a mess. Many people, crowded. Now on bigger ships like Mariner, you'll find seats. It's not gonna be easy to find seats, but it gets pretty crowded. On the smaller ships like the Radiance class, they have to announce for people to get up and leave. And when you're done with your dining, can you please leave so other people can sit down and eat? So larger ships, it gets pretty chaotic between 12:30 and 2:30 in the Windjammer. I wouldn't say avoid it, but when you get to about 2 o'clock, you may want to consider just going to the Cafe Promenade or Sorrento's and get some pizza. But it's amazing how many times I walk on the ship at, maybe I get on the ship late, like at 12, people are eating pizza, and that's what they choose to eat lunch, and then they can go hang out at the pool. So get to the Windjammer between 11 and 12 if you can. Then go explore the ship. Check-in time, the rooms will be ready usually around 1:30 at this point. It used to be 1 o'clock, but now it's 1:30 to 2. So those are things to do. Now, if you're a suite guest, definitely go to, and I'm talking about a grand suite and up, go ahead and go to either the Coastal Kitchen Suites Lounge, where you can actually have your lunch there, better than the Windjammer if you're in a grand suite or above with ships with a Coastal Kitchen. If you have no Coastal Kitchen, like say this ship just has a Suites Lounge, go to the Suites Lounge and check it out. Make sure you do that. If you're a Diamond or above, you can go to the Diamond Lounge. Pinnacle members usually can go to the Suites Lounge or Concierge Lounge, whatever they have on that ship, except for if there's a higher number, like on this cruise there's 50 Pinnacles, and I happen to be a Pinnacle. They said no access to the Suites Lounge this cruise. So at night they have the nightly lounge area for Pinnacles and the I guess it's a library or whatever, I don't know. But so go check out the Suites Lounge and Coastal Kitchen if you're in a grand suite or above. It's also a good time if you're gonna do the flow rider activities that require a waiver. After you finish lunch and you're exploring the ship and you're making your way back to those activities, go ahead and sign your waiver. Get your waiver signed. They give you a wristband, a white wristband. In my case, I do the flow rider, so I went ahead and just got my wristband signed. I didn't ride the first day because I had stuff to do, and they had inspections on the flow rider, and I didn't know when it was going to be open. But this morning at 8 o'clock, it will be open for advanced, and so I'll be ready to go. I don't have to wait and you have to look at a video and all that stuff. So sign your waivers for your sports activities, and then by the time you do all that, it should be 1:30 and your rooms are ready. One of the things, if you happen to have the key program, is if you have a luggage, carry-on luggage, not your checked bags, the big bags the porters take, you have like a small carry-on bag, rollers and stuff. If you go to the key lunch, they have a valet there at the check-in at the key, so you can get your bag actually delivered to your stateroom. So when you finish your lunch and you go to your room and the rooms are ready, you open your door and your little checked bag is going to be already in your room, which is kind of cool. But I still don't recommend leaving valuables in that because you never know. Let's see, what other boarding day tips? And I think that just about covers it. So hopefully you found these tips to be helpful. I can go over one more thing, lunch options. Now on a smaller ship, there's not many options. You have the Windjammer and you have the Sorrento's or Cafe Promenade, and they have pizzas, they have small sandwiches. On other ships that have a park cafe, you have the roast beef sandwiches and grab-and-go sandwiches. You have nice salads. So on Oasis class ships, you have a few more options. You do have specialty dining open on some ships on embarking day, which could be Jamie's Italian, could be Chops. On the larger ships, you do have the El Loco Fresh or Mini Bites, and so you do have a few more complimentary options that are, less crowded than the Windjammer. So definitely check out the free included options on the larger ships. So check with your Royal app. My phone's right there. Check with your Royal app, and it will show you all the dining options. Just click on the little fork and the spoon, and it'll show you all the dining options. And that does lead me to give you one more boarding day tip. If you are not able to make reservations for shows on ships that have shows that require reservations, which is usually Oasis class, and you weren't able to make reservations in advance online, you can actually do it on day one. They will open up reservations. So even if it says sold out, none available, they will leave some open for when you get on board. So that's another thing to do, is when you have shows you wanted to see and you weren't able to make reservations, do that on the first day as soon as you get on board. Things like the Comedy Club, they fill up fast, and you can do it right on your app. And those are free shows. So, Comedy Club, the ice skating show, the different production shows, those are all available on the first day to book on the app, even if it was not available on pre-cruise. Some of the times may be not what you want, but at least get your reservations made. So that's another thing you can do. And above all, get a drink. And get a drink that signifies you're on vacation. So that is, I think that's my exhaustive list of boarding day tips. Leave a comment below if I left anything out. I might have, I often do that. And if you like this and it helped you, then give it 2 thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel, so it lets me know that what I'm doing is not a waste of time. And hit the bell to be notified so you can be first one to see my new videos posted. And I'll see you the next time from another Royal Caribbean cruise ship near you. Thanks for watching.